It's finally out there, Dan. I mean, I didn't tell my parents until this morning. So sitting on this news for some time now, it's a bit of a relief, if I'm honest, but it's a huge privilege, massively excited. And you'll see the faces of my teammates flash up before your eyes. It's great for us to come together as an armed forces family and finally come together as that Team UK for Düsseldorf with the Royal British Legion this year.
Johnny, I love you mentioning your teammates, but I'm really interested in now what your mum and dad did when you told them.
Well, today we're in Greenwich at the Old Naval College, the amazing place to launch this. I couldn't think of a better place, quite frankly. And it's actually where my family are from, South East London.
Oh, nice.
So my dad actually sent me a message back saying, "Can you get me some pie and mash, son?" That was his reaction.
That's how to celebrate.
So what is the actual application process like? And what was it like getting the news as well?
Well, for those of us that are still serving in the armed forces, so I believe there are 15 out of the 59 that are still serving in either the regular or reserve forces like myself, you actually have to go through a bit of a process with your chain of command. So I'm really pleased to say my commanding officer endorsed my application. I know I'm the first person from my battalion to put themselves forward. So there's that kind of bit you've got to go through. But the Royal British Legion were absolutely amazing because at the start of this, they put on a Families Day. So I was able to go along with my wife, Lydia, my little girl Margot, and my miniature Schnauzer Monty, more importantly, to actually meet some people that had done the games before, because this is all about that generation of veterans before us that have done that. And they share their stories, they inspire us, and they got us to try out different sports. So I tried wheelchair rugby, rowing, which one of my sports I'm going forward for Düsseldorf, powerlifting, and cycling too. So you could go and try some things out, some for the first time, but more importantly, the way that my family was completely embraced, particularly by Michelle and her little girl Maya, who'd been through this process before, really helped give me confidence to apply for that.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We then had a series of camps as well that we had to go through, and finally got the news a few weeks ago.
I feel like, Johnny, over the course of this interview, we've met your entire family and your dog. This is wonderful. Can you give us a bit about, I don't know how much you're willing to share, a bit about your background, what happened to you, and now what that process will be like of getting ready for these games?
Sure. I first joined the Armed Forces in 1996 as a 17-year-old infantry private. I'd left and then rejoined because of Afghanistan. So I served in Afghanistan in 2011, 2012 as a Pashto linguist, and still serve today in the Army Reserves. Unfortunately, as you've alluded to earlier on, in 2019, off duty, I suffered a motorcycle accident, which ironically, I ended up with a bit of an injury similar to those experienced in Afghanistan from IED blasts. So I suffered some really horrific injuries to my left ankle. But thanks to the wonders of University Hospital in Coventry and Mr. David Wallace, my surgeon, I was able to, after 7 surgeries, the last one was just last November, I've been able to get back on my feet. But the key thing for this has been sport recovery. So what the Royal British Legion and the Invictus Games has given me and my fellow teammates is the opportunity to use sports as a recovery tool, both in terms of the physical recovery and the mental health recovery too.
Well, Johnny Ball, all the best of luck. And also, can you bring us some pie and mash too? Good luck in September, sir.
He's very busy. Johnny, all the best. What a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you.